You're listening to The Marne Report.
Hi, Fort Stewart, Hunter Army Airfield. Kelsey here, back with another edition of the Marne Report podcast. Today, I'm joined by our special guest, Sergeant Anthony Herrera, who is a public affairs specialist with the 3rd Infantry Division. Today, we are going to talk all about an amazing event 3rd ID is helping put on with the American Kennel Club and ESPN. Thank you so much for joining us, Sergeant Herrera. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me and giving me an opportunity to shine some light on a really unique event that we're going to be having here.
Yeah. Now, I know this is probably a loaded question, but what is the American Kennel Club doing on Fort Stewart?
The American Kennel Club is going to be hosting a dog show competition on Fort Stewart and on Hunter Army Airfield Base that celebrates the storied legacy of the 3rd Infantry as part of the Army's 250th birthday. These events will be recorded and aired on June 14th on the Army's birthday on ESPN.
That's actually really cool. I feel like that's a really good way to help celebrate the Army's 250th birthday, but also isn't it Rocky's 60th birthday this year?
It is. It really is. So for those that are listening that aren't familiar with our mascot, Rocky, he is the face of the 3rd Infantry Division. Rocky was actually drawn by Walt Disney and sold over to the installation for $1. Walt Disney, being a very famous patriot, was really excited for the opportunity to kind of put his staple on this incredible unit.
That's a great way to tie everything together through this one event. What exactly can our audience expect throughout the week? So what events are happening, and then kind of like maybe those details.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be a ton of fun for the whole family. It's going to start with the fastest dog competition on May 1st between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. On Control Field on Fort Stewart. It's going to be followed by an Agility Premier Cup on May 2nd at 3 p.m. on Control Field on Fort Stewart, and a diving dog competition Sunday, May 4th at the 603rd Hangar on Hunter Army Airfield.
Great. And then who can come? Who's this open to?
So it's going to be open to DoD card holders and their families.
Is there anything specifically for kids or any events going along while the shows are happening? Absolutely.
We're going to have a kids zone from 1200 to 1700 on May 2nd for kids to kind of tucker themselves out and really enjoy the festivities, especially if they're not necessarily interested in what's going on with the dogs. They're still going to have a great time. You know, the weather's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun for everybody.
I'd like that. It's a great way to kick off summer and definitely a cool opportunity for our community here on Fort Stewart. What competition are you most excited for?
Ooh, that's a great question. So I've grown up around dogs my entire life, so I'm pretty familiar with their capabilities and how agile they are and athletic they are. So I kind of know what to expect. I think what I would have to say I'm most excited about is seeing everyone else's reactions. I kind of want to see how they react to witnessing this, especially if this might be their first time seeing dogs compete against each other. That's going to be a lot of fun. That I really think is going to be really exciting.
Is there anything people should keep in mind before they go to these events or anything else they should know about?
Yeah, absolutely. So Colmer Avenue will be closed Thursday and Friday for the event, so plan for alternative travel. Food trucks will be available during the event. The 3rd ID band will play, and remarks will be given by 3rd ID leadership. So it's going to be a fun-filled pack of events throughout the whole week, and we're all really excited.
Yeah. No, it's going to be busy. So please watch for the roadways. Expect traffic maybe, closures. I would also probably say people should bring sunscreen and things like that and water. To switch to some more personal questions, do you currently have a dog?
I don't have dogs. My parents have dogs, and whenever I see them, I take the opportunity to pretend, but no, I don't own my own.
I'm the same way. I only have a cat, but I definitely wait for the day that I have like a house and a yard and can have a dog. What is your dream dog?
Ooh, kind of an unpopular opinion. I grew up with a Rottweiler as a kid, yeah, and they were always, or she was one of the best dogs I've ever had. She was the kindest and the most playful, and I never had an issue with her. And I know that there's a lot of stigma against Rottweilers and German Shepherds and Bulldogs, but from my personal experience, I've never had an issue with that. And so I really miss my Rottweiler, and that's probably my dream dog.
What was her name?
Kira.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's I've always loved that name. So I always want to get a new dog, but I always want to be like Kira 2.0, Kira 3.0, and I can't imagine a dog without that name.
Yeah. No, I love that. That's super sweet. Is there anything that you would like to share before we go?
This has got to be one of the most unique opportunities I've ever experienced in the military. It really is going to be a lot of fun, and I hope that anyone listening to this really comes out, even if it's just for a day, because it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's an opportunity for us to shine light on the Army's birthday in such a unique way, and I really hope that service members and their families come out to enjoy the fun.
Maybe we'll even inspire people to adopt a dog.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see.
All right, now I know I learned a lot, and I hope our audience did too. To stay up to date on Fort Stewart Hunter Army Airfield activities, please follow us on social media and download the My Army Post app. Thank you so much, Sergeant Herrera, for being here today. It has been an absolute pleasure talking with you. I'm Kelsey Stieber, and that concludes this episode of the Marne Report. See you next week.
The My Army Post app is your one-stop source for all things Fort Stewart Hunter Army Airfield. With map at your fingertips, you'll never miss out on upcoming events, installation updates, facility and gate information, weather, shopping, and so much more. My Army Post is free from your phone's app store. Download today.